Alright, so let's continue. New session, it'll be a short one, because I do not feel up to it.
What became of Kupka? Why haven't we heard anything?
If you, for whatever reason, have an opinion on this, use the thumbs buttons, and if you like it, subscribe. It's gonna be a short session, so to avoid saying it like 2 videos in a row, I'm gonna try to remember to not say anything if I decide this is the only thing I'll do. Let's see.
The conquering hero returns, and with hardly a scratch on him.
I may have picked up one or two.
Well, the fact that you came straight to me instead of visiting our resident physiker suggests that you picked up something more important. A scent. The scent of Waludas.
The very same. But whatever plans Kupka was hatching with the Royalists, he took them to his grave. As did his men. Slaughtered by the orcs who'd taken over the Fang. Orcs, Vivian. I've never seen such creatures in Storm before. The Waludas must have ferried them over from Ash, but why? Why work to rescue Kupka only to invade his home, the mother crystal of an allied nation, and let both fall? It makes no sense.
Do you know the tale of the blind men and the Adamantus? One can often be led astray by focusing too closely on individual details. One must instead see the bigger picture. And what bigger picture is there than my map?
Yay. Alright, why?
The kingdom of Walud claims dominion over all of Ash. It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas Tharm, the dominant of Odin. The Canvarian War of Independence in 849. The Battle of the Twin Realms in 865. The Battle of Belinus Tor in 873. Wheresoever his armies fought, Odin was found where the fighting was fiercest. But of late, the warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest. Battle rages for control of the crystalline dominion. Yet Tharm sends not a single ship in support of his Dalmekian allies. Meanwhile, the Blight ravages great swathes of Ash. Yet warlike Walud shows not the faintest interest in laying claim to untouched lands. So why go to the trouble of sending an army of orcs into the heart of Drake's Fang, only to make no attempt to claim the Mother Crystal for Walud? It can hardly be for lack of men. Tharm's armies rival any in the Twins. No. We have not seen the last of the Waluda standard. Odin will ride again. It is but a question of when. And on that day, who will be trampled underfoot? In summary, I know not to what end the Royalists betrayed Kupka. I know only that it is part of some broader scheme. A scheme tied to the ambitions of one man.
King Barnabas.
But there is no need to wallow in confusion. If one is to cure a sickness, one must first identify the symptoms. And your Lord Uncle has volunteered to do just that by keeping an eye on the Royalists' movements.
He's really throwing himself into this.
Indeed he is. Which means all that remains for us to do is await his reports. Well, not quite all in your case. The people of the Hideaway must hear the news. Justice has been done. Hugo Kupka is dead. The wounds he left that night are still raw, especially for those who lived with Sid the longest. Tell them that those wounds might finally begin to heal. Consider it the price of today's instruction.
I've never known you to be sentimental.
What can I say? I am only human. And we are, all of us, sentimental animals at heart.
I suppose we are. Very well. I'll go and spread the word.
Well, it's not on my end. How do I know that? Because I just checked using my internet. But apparently Steam is having some issues. According to is it down or down detector or whatever the fuck I just used. I'm 5 minutes in, I can swear. So hopefully nothing too horrible happens. That would suck.
Well, someone looks pleased with himself. It's true what I'm hearing then.
Nothing escapes you, Lady Karen. It's true. Kupka is dead.
No more looking over our shoulders then. Good. I'm starting to get a crick in my neck. Don't let it go to your head though.
Blackthorn, do you have a moment?
What is it? I'm busy.
I wanted to tell you that Hugo Kupka is dead.
I can't tell you how long I've been waiting to hear those words. This is it then. A new beginning under a new Sid.
I'll try to live up to the name.
Man, people overreact. So when I was on that website, there were like comments and stuff, and like I don't feel that Steam goes down all that often, but people are losing their collective craps, dude. They're like, I see why consoles is new meta. It's like,
Ah, Clive.
Huh?
Have you come seeking the gift of knowledge?
No. To share mine, actually. Hugo Kupka is dead.
Oh my. Can it really be true?
Look, he's crying. He is. The big baby.
use the
That is
sword.
Good reason, children. These are tears of joy. We must offer up a prayer to your parents that the heavens might weep with us. There shall be no lessons today, only thanksgiving and merrymaking. Go, put away your things.
All right. Brilliant.
The sword offer still stands.
A new dawn has broken.
It has.
Thank you, Clive. I cannot wait to share the good news.
Hippocrates. After Kupka fell, Ultima came to me. I need to know what he is. Have you learned anything?
Alas, no. And not for want of trying. I have scoured nigh every historical tome in our collection and found nothing. Not even the sort of conspicuous absence that might suggest a concealment of fact. One is almost tempted to conclude that such a creature never existed.
But I saw him. With my own eyes.
I don't doubt that you did. Alas, it seems you are the only one who has. To others, he reveals naught. We see only that which he leaves in his wake, like some terrible force of nature beyond the ken of mortal man.
A bringer of death.
Whether the Ultima you met with was the being itself, or merely another projection of its power, I know not. But until I do, my investigations shall continue.
Thank you. It means a lot. Right. Let's see if Otto has anything else for me.
Like, I've primarily been like a PC gamer. Like, I'm not a PC master race kind of guy. But like I've preferred PC for well over like I don't know, like 20 years now.
I heard it from Otto's
I can't claim to have noticed Steam going down often enough for those kind of reactions. I don't know.
You barely sat down since you came home. Vivian got you running errands or something?
Just spreading the word.
So, the professor's got a soft side, has she? I'd never have guessed.
No. She was right, though. Everyone was glad to hear the news.
Ah, but you ain't told everyone. I can think of plenty of friends back at the old hideaway who'd sleep more peacefully for knowing. Not least of all Sid. You should tell him.
You're right. I should. And I will.
Well, when you do, be sure to take Mid with you. She's been going at it hammer and tongs down in that workshop of hers, trying to do her father proud. I can't remember the last time she visited the old sod's grave.
Very well. I'll suggest it.
How are we gonna deal with family bullshit now? Is that it? Great. That's exactly what I felt like dealing with right now.
I think Mid might need some help.
It's tidy enough.
All right, Clive? What do you want?
I still don't know what you do.
And I thought you might like to come with me.
Sorry, I'm too busy for all that right now.
What do you
I've got to get
do?
this thermal displacement stack sorted.
Thermal...
Displacement stack. Here.
And this is for...
Only the fastest, finest ship the world has ever seen. The Enterprise.
How does it fly?
Me and my dad designed it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them through the water, ours is fitted with mithril engines. And those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood, and more heat than all the hells put together. Which is where the stack comes in. I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in Canva. But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building it here. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold things up over at the shipyard. I'll come and see my dad, though, when I'm done. Whenever that is.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Good old Clive. I were hoping you'd say that. First things first, I need some parts meching. The stack will be made up of 3 major components. There's the plating, here, that channels hot vapors away from the engine. The helm over the top, that disperses all that heat into the air. And the shielding around the sides. That stops the rest of the ship from going up in flames.
A full suit of armor, then. Probably best to take it one piece at a time.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. Everything else fits onto it. I've got the designs and the list of materials here. Show these to Blackthorn. He'll know what to do.
I can't make head nor tail of them.
Luckily, you don't need to.
So is that your function here? Make me run errands for you? Yep, your presence was completely worth it. Could have used that room for something useful. Great. Fucking phenomenal. You know how to build rockets, mate?
Blackthorn, can I ask a favor?
Out with it.
It's for Mid.
This my last chance to say I'm otherwise engaged. Spare myself the arseache. Go on then. What is it this time?
She said you would know. Here.
Krieger's Teats.
Who?
Well, I don't know what the hell you'd want this for, but I can make it. Won't be easy though. And I'll need help. Get Gabonotto in here, will you?
All right.
So Mid's roped us all in here again, has she? Typical. Still, if that's what it takes to get her to visit Sid's grave, I'll do what I can.
And, what is it we need to do, exactly?
Take a look at this. It's this plating. The usual sword grade steel won't work. We need something that can get very hot, very fast, and still keep its shape. That means an alloy. Something that won't break or buckle at the temperatures she's talking about. Which is where you lot come in. I need materials, and I've got my work cut out already. You'll have to fetch them. Now, there's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find out in the Valcroy. Stardust, they call it. As for the rest of the stuff, my usual supply should have it in stock. It just needs buying and bringing back here.
Well, we'll get it done quicker if we split up. One of us should probably give you an hand coat in the sand.
And the other can go and get the rest from this supplier.
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going where, and we can get this over with.
Up to you who you take to the desert. I mean, Gav's good in a fight, but he don't have my winning personality.
Ah, don't listen to him. You'll be in the lowest of low company with either of us.
Okay. I don't really care who goes with me. How's this game work again? Ooh, side quests. I can't fucking see. Well, I don't wanna, but side quest important. Where the hell is it? There it is.
Good day to you.
Good day. Could have found a less douchey way of saying that, I'm sure, but hey.
Ah, Clive. Your timing is exquisite, as always. I have a concern which you may be able to assist me with.
Go on.
There are whisperings afoot of shadowy figures having been sighted outside the village. Rustlings in the undergrowth, suspicious noises. My people fear that they are being watched. It may be no more than a surfeit of nerves, understandable in the current climate, or it may be the prelude to something altogether more dangerous. Given what I hope you'll forgive me calling your nose for trouble, I wondered if you might investigate.
Yeah.
Of course.
Excellent. You might begin by speaking with the good citizens of Lostwing. Listen to their tales, and make what you will of them.
All right. I will.
Can I just can I just get like a quest indicator that leads me to where they've incited?
Let's see what the people of the village have to say. I'd better find out if this is just nerves, or something we need to take more seriously.
Of course not.
You alright, Sid? Something on your mind?
There is actually. Can I ask you something? Quentin tells me people have mentioned shadowy figures out in the woods. Have you noticed anything unusual?
Oh, that. No, sorry, can't help you. I heard the rumours, mind, from the lads working over at the vineyard, but None of them has seen anything either.
All right. Thanks anyway.
Mm-hmm. Exactly where is this? Oh, they're so far away. Nutcracker.
You're quite talented with that rod of yours.
Giggity.
Caught my share of it, as did my grandfather before me.
Do you have a moment? There's talk of suspicious figures in the woods. Have you seen anything out of the ordinary?
No, but I've heard something. Sound of scraping metal, like someone sharpening a sword.
Where was this?
In Lorbert's Pass. Was out foraging for herbs when I heard it, screeching out from between the trees. Ran back here as quick as my legs would carry me, and I ain't been back since.
I see. I'll look into it. Thank you.
Alright. Why would someone sharpen a sword out in the forest?
Best bet then. What do you say, Torgal? Shall we go and investigate?
Woof. So that's probably something dinosaur like that's going to try to murder me. I just noticed that Jill isn't with me. Great. Alright. Is this spider path? This might be the spider path. So, beware of that, I guess. What you got, boy?
You there? Fuck! He's seen us. Get them before they escape.
Black shields. Here.
What the hell are you doing here? What is it to you? Not that we give a damn. All that matters to us is that you don't leave here alive.
Yeah, come closer. There. Haha. Fuck you. Didn't travel as far as I was hoping I would, but... I am the knight of the highest order. Fuck, he spotted us! Yeah, I have questions about the language in this game.
Why were they here? Were they planning an attack on Lostwing? I need to warn Quentin.
Quentin? Just seeing someone in a knight armor just cussing up a storm, it's just weird.
Clive, how goes the hunt for our sinister figures?
I found some black shields hiding near Lorbert's Pass. They're gone now.
Black shields. The Empress's former bloodhounds.
Former?
They serve another master now. One who means to root out and destroy both me and those I care for. And it would appear the pack has finally caught the scent of its prey. Damn it all. I had hoped I would have more time than this. More time to prepare. But if we are cornered, we have no choice but to bite back. And bite back we shall.
I'm sorry. You're going to need to explain.
Please do.
Who did the Black Shield serve now? And why would that person want you dead?
Because I want him dead.
Well, that's your fault then.
The former Lord Chief Justice of Sanbreque. All that I have built here is for him.
I don't understand. Why him? Why Lostwing?
I suppose it is better that you know the truth.
You don't
I was a
say.
member of the judiciary once. So sickened was I by the injustice of this world, I swore to fight it. And fight it I did, in my own small way. I saw more than a few corrupt officials condemned to the very cells into which they had thrown blameless innocents. Men to whom the law was but a scourge to turn against the powerless. And throughout, it was the Lord Chief Justice who backed me, who was my one true ally in the quest to see justice done.
So what changed?
I discovered that he hunted bearers for sport. I was a fool to think he shared my hatred of venality and vice. His support for me was no more than a facade, a means of ridding himself of his rivals, a mask to hide the rot beneath. I filed suit against him immediately. His response, however, was rather more visceral. He had my entire family slaughtered, and he faced no punishment whatsoever. I lost everything. My loved ones, my livelihood, my position, the faith I had once held that any modicum of justice might be achieved through the courts.
Rookie mistake.
So I set about enacting my own. I tracked down every soul who served him, and slit their throats myself. But the man himself proved an altogether more difficult target. With money and power come protection, and so I saw that I would need an army of my own. I came here to Lostwing and began recruiting like-minded individuals.
And everyone here knows this is why you do what you do.
Of course. They too have lost loved ones to the bearer hunts. Seen faultless friends sent to the gallows to spare the guilty. All under the watchful eye of the Lord Chief Justice. Our wounds are the same. And our cause is the same. We are comrades. And our revenge is already in motion. We know where he hides, how numerous and well-trained his guard. What we did not know until now, however, was that his plans may already be in motion too.
Quentin.
Our time is short. He may move against us at any moment, unless we move against him first. My friends and comrades, it begins. Make ready for war.
Okay. That was a problem.
I'm not going to change his mind.
Nope. Alright, so it's another side quest, wasn't there? I actually have to. Fuck. Alright, what do you want?
The finest fabric.
The most fragrant herbs and spices from the gone, just like that. And without so much as a by your leave.
What's the matter?
It's my apprentice. He up and vanished while my back was turned. I'd go and look for him myself, but I've got a bakery to run. A bakery that's now short one pair of hands. Loath though I am to rely on the kindness of strangers, I'm at a loss. Please, will you see if you can find him?
Well, he's dead. Well, they're
See
dead.
What I can do. Do you know where he might have gone?
I wouldn't be surprised if he was off somewhere mooning at Drake's Fang. He used to work there, you see. Poor fool left his heart in its hollow.
All right. Then that's where I'll start.
So exactly where is this? Oof. Oof.
Oh, where did all the men of the rock there.
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
All right.
I'm telling you, it's gone.
I can call my Chocobo. I'll speed things up a little bit. Hey.
Ready, go?
How's this work? Gallop. Alright. It'll be slightly faster. At least. When should I do this? The DLC? Is there like a level for that? 'Cause I think there's some DLC in here. I don't know the first fucking thing about it, but is that him?
You deserve a rest.
Is the baker? Yeah, it looks like the baker. Well, the assistant, I guess.
Excuse me. What do you want? The baker sent me to find you.
I am a sorry, selfish sod, aren't I? Certainly not a baker. Master must rue the day he took me in. Time was the sight of the fang used to calm my nerves. But now look at her.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I take it you missed the mother crystal.
I hated her, but she was all I knew.
Well, kind of sorry, I guess.
Lines for years. And when she shattered, part of me shattered with her. I had to trade my pickaxe for a rolling pin, but I'm no good at baking. Every loaf I touch collapses. My bread's as hollow as I am. She was the only thing that could fill the hole inside me. Oh, I loved her, damn it. But now she's gone. She's never coming back. What am I supposed to do? I ask her. How does a shell of a man learn to live again?
Ah, fuck, I don't know. Sure?
Focus on the job at hand. Think about what you can do right now.
What use is proofing loaves when...
It's something.
Perhaps the solution has been in the bakery all along. You've opened my eyes. Thank you, friend, and fare thee well.
It's better than sitting here being emo about a fucking shiny rock. It's not gonna come back.
An escort, then.
I don't know, man. I'm similar issues myself, but it's better than just sitting on your ass. Just fucking do something. Fucking better than nothing.
Ah, there you are. The man who lit a fire under my wayward apprentice. Though I worry you might have stoked the flames a little too high. He damn near ran me down trying to get to my oven.
Master, it's ready. Behold the Drake's Balm. A truly unique creation.
I dare say it is.
Just look at it. A perfect likeness of the Fang herself. Her steepled peaks, her fulsome spurs, her inviting hollow. True, my loaves collapse more often than not, but what's the Fang without her crater? Why, no Fang at all. And look, inside. She's filled to bursting with a bounty of beautiful crystals. Salt crystals! Master, I have found my purpose. I must use my work here to preserve the memory of the Fang.
Well, if it tastes half as unique as it looks, I'd certainly say you're onto something. not only is my apprentice back, but he's finally pulling his weight. With any luck, I might even have a new delicacy on my hands. I don't know how you did it, but you have my thanks.
Yeah. Sure. 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 Why the fuck not goblin coin? Can we trade it for Gil? Alright.
Take a sniff, good sir. You'll be
I know you're keen, but
Forgot you were with me, mate.
leave some for the rest of us.
Sorry, master.
Oh. Alright, well. Let's figure out how I start this quest then. Wait. Didn't have to go up the elevator.
You going after the Stardust then, are you? Which one of these two lucky souls is going with you?
Guess Gav?
Gav, you're with me.
He can fight the other guy, manages shit, so paperwork.
Where do we find this Stardust stuff?
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the Velcroy. It's the black sand that washes up on its banks that you're after.
Southern reaches of the Velcroy, eh? That's down past Dalamil. I'll go and scout the place out. See about hiring us a wagon to bring the stuff back to.
All right. I'll meet you by the river.
While you're off having a paddle, I'll pick up the rest of this stuff from Blackthorn's supplier. Take care.
You two, eh? Don't go letting them fleece ya.
Fleece me? I like to see him try.
In your own time.
I'm feeling kind of confident about my options, about my choices. Can I go there now? Apparently, yes. Apparently, yes, I can. Cool that.
Looks like I found the river. Now where's Gav?
It's probably fucking around with that high-speed camera again, isn't it? There he is. Oh.
Sorry to keep you, Gav.
Better late than never. I've had a quick scout about, and I reckon round here's our best bet if we want to grab as much of this Stardust stuff as we can. Don't know what Blackthorn's planning to do with it, though. I asked over in Dalamil, and they seem to think it was worthless. But if Stardust is what Blackthorn wants, Stardust is what he'll get. There's plenty of this stuff lying about, just begging to be bagged.
Then let's get bagging, shall we?
We shall. Race ya.
No, we won't. Well, he said he needed an alloy, so I guess he melts it into metal somehow. Because an alloy is like a mix of two metals, isn't it? Is it bronze? It's an alloy? Was it copper? I don't remember. Maybe neither of them are.
So this is Stardust.
No, I'm just talking out my ass.
It just looks like black sand to me.
I'm pretty sure that's what an alloy is anyways. Can you fucking pick that up? Brownlow Smith. Great. How small is the area? It's actually quite large. I mean, if it's flowing down the river, why the fuck would I go all the way up here? Tide? I guess, but...
That should be enough for now. Let's see how Gav's getting on.
Yeah, I mean, like going out here with a fucking innkeeper, just... I think I made the right choice, even though he's a twat.
You finished? How much did you get?
Enough. I hope.
Oh, you win. That might even be enough for old Blackthorn. Hey, before we go, do you mind if we have a chat?
Alright, what's gonna go wrong? Because he wants to talk, everything's gonna be stolen, right?
Feels like ages since we had the chance to talk. You know, man to man like.
It does, doesn't it?
Back when you first took Sid's name, we were talking all the time. Working out what to do in that.
There was a lot to work out.
And there still is. Those shoulders of yours starting to feel the strain. Hardly ever see you around the hideaway nowadays. Always on some errand or other. You can take a day off, you know.
Says the man who spends most of his time behind enemy lines.
Only 'cause you keep sending me there.
I know I can count on you, Gav.
Likewise.
Ass hurts.
So you keep sending me wherever you need to, and I'll keep going. Safe in the knowledge that I have a home to come back to. Thanks to you.
Just keep your eyes on the prize. Fuck. You get shot.
Right. That's enough soppy shite for one day.
It's
We'd
too
better
much.
Get this lot back to Blackthorn before he slings his hammer at someone.
You go on ahead. And try to get some rest once you're there.
Oh, I plan to. Believe you me. After Blackthorn gets what he needs, of course.
Right. Ready to go home, boy?
Yeah. Well. Yeah, let's do that.
I got everything Blackthorn asked for. How'd it go over in Kjellhimself?
All right, Clive. I gave all that stardust to Blackthorn just like I promised.
Anything else?
Blackthorn. Got everything you need?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Cheers for the stardust. Should be enough to be getting on with.
We should go out on maneuvers together more often. You know, it beats sneaking around on your tud all the time.
I'll make a start on putting this thermal plating together then. It'll take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be getting on with, I could do without you breathing down my neck.
Thank you, Blackthorn. I'll let Mid know construction's underway.
Yay. So she can send me on another fucking errand.
Suppose we'd better be getting back to work too.
Give us a shout if you need anything.
Uh-huh. We'll see. Yeah. Oh yeah, I can just do that. It's probably faster to run there. It's probably got a loading screen. Oh no.
You'll be pleased to hear that Blackthorn started work on the plating.
Excellent. 1 down, 2 to go.
Yay!
What's next?
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be repurposing fallen scrap.
Salvage from the ruins? I thought that material was all but impossible to work.
Ah, but we don't have to.
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exactly the right shape and size pieces for what we need. What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
What's her name?
Huh.
Right.
Yeah, let's just go. I might edit it fit.
Sid, is this about the helm?
Yes.
Yes. Mid said I should speak with you.
I'll show you the plans then. Here you see the mithril engine, in which mithril is burned to generate heat. That heat is then harnessed to produce motive force.
Yep.
Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack, which
Makes sense.
disperses it into the surrounding air. Now,
Uh-huh.
were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, the rate of excess heat buildup would far exceed the displacement coefficient of the plating. In other
Obviously.
words, the reactor would overheat and eventually explode. This is where
Yep.
the helm comes in. It connects to the plating, you see, and serves as a sort of thermal sink to absorb all that excess energy. Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and absorb levels of heat far above anything we are able to make today. And not only that, they're also waterproof and immune to rust, making them the perfect material for our protective hood. Why, if sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly. The forces produced would tear the ship from stern to...
You can stop there. I understand.
Do I?
Mid said we might be able to use parts of a fallen ruin. Where would I find it?
Ah, yes. It's in Lorbert's Pass, near Lostwing. The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need brought here sooner. You see, a certain unwanted visitor has taken up residence there.
Right.
It's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's, going to be considerably more dangerous than that.
I see. Then I suppose I'd better deal with this unwanted visitor for you. Would that help?
Oh, very much. Thank you, Sid. I'll gather my team and head there right away. We'll meet you outside the ruins.
Yep. Like, if it's not too much trouble, I might overshoot something fierce, because I like to try to keep it like 45 minutes to an hour. But I don't want to cut like mid. Like, I would like to get this bullshit out of the way. So this might be a long video.
Taking you all to a storehouse in the bales. Leave anything you don't need behind.
Uh-huh. Me understanding this fucking map, though. I'm not like great with this map. I have to go up, don't I?
If you're ready,
oops, sorry.
leave at once.
I don't know. Like, it doesn't show altitude particularly well. Just a tad annoying. It's 0.6 heat degrees in Norway in February. Yeah, that's normal. Ooh, what's this then? We had like several days now with not only heat degrees, but rain. This has been a very not normal winter. I mean, I appreciate it. My body doesn't handle cold particularly well. But, you know, it's a sign that something is really wrong, right?
All right.
Annoying.
Oh, there you are, Sid. Thanks so much for coming. The, ruins are just over there, as is the creature I told you about, I'd imagine. Would you mind?
Of course. I'll be right back.
Maybe. Depends on what I run into there. If it's a behemoth, you're on your own. What should be a fucking behemoth?
Anybody home?
Arima.
This must be our unwanted visitor. Time to go.
Yeah, I got a great experience fighting these guys. Thought that was Torgal for some reason.
Thanks, boy.
Fuck you.
Nice try.
Alright. Bitch. And my eyes just kind of fucked with me. I thought that that thing flying towards me was Torgal.
The things I do for you, Mid.
Huh.
Sid! Oh, thank goodness you're safe.
You shouldn't have any trouble now.
Indeed. Well, don't let us keep you. We'll, see that everything is transported safely back to the hideaway.
Uh-huh.
I'll let Mid know you're on your way.
I mean, I wouldn't mind checking out the place myself. Just throwing that out there. So it looked like you could like go in there. It really doesn't want me to do that, do you? This game is silly. Isn't it, boy?
If I don't
come up with something soon.
Mid. Helena has recovered the material for the helm. She'll be along shortly.
Excellent. Another job well done.
Yeah.
Just one remaining.
Right. Right, the shielding. This one's a bit of a bugger.
Oh yeah.
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out enough fire to set the rest of the ship ablaze. Which is why you need proper shielding. A prism for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the stuff that the Fallen use, but they'd both be too heavy. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before we'd even started. I need something light. But I've racked my brains and I just can't think what would do it.
Well, if I were in need of obscure knowledge, I know whose counsel I would seek. Hippocrates.
Tomes? Yeah, well, I'd thought of that, obviously. I've got all the details written down here. Can you take this to him, see what he makes of it?
I mean, on cars and shit, it's just a thin plate of metal, right? Just like a thin piece of some kind of metal that, like, stops the heat from shooting directly into, like, the fuel tank and shit, and there's also, like, space in between the two so that the heat from that metal plate doesn't cause explosions. I don't know. It's been a while. I'm pretty sure that's what heat shields are in real life. They're just a thin piece of some kind of metal. At least every instance I've seen of it. I don't know about rockets.
Hippocrates, do you have a moment?
Are you a rocket scientist?
Always.
Well, actually, it's for Mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Shielding for a mithril engine. Whatever will that girl think of next? And what are these notes around the edges?
She has some specific requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist extreme heat on the inside, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it. As you can imagine, she's struggling to find anything that meets her needs.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to search the records for one.
Perhaps it is not a different material she requires, but a different approach.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine, at timber and steel alike. And yet, we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have. But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelus complains that without a constant supply of pitch. I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew. It is said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames. Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragonfire.
So if we could recreate it...
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection Mid requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, perhaps Bardolph and Obelus might be of assistance. I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they might have to offer. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients, I shall discuss the specifics of how it might be most effectively put to use with our two friends. The knowledge of the past may yet prove useful to we of the modern era.
Thank you, Hippocrates. And since you're asking others to help you, perhaps I should too.
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help. And some company, too.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research. I leave the decision as to who will go with whom in your capable hands, Clive.
Again? Is there a reason for this? Is something horrible gonna happen to the people that I don't choose?
So, Clive, who will accompany you
Oh.
on your little excursion?
I don't know if...
Very well.
I don't know if
What do we need to find?
the other one is all that useful out in the field.
White chocobo eggs. Pepio nuts. Are you sure this list is right? Everything on here seems very edible. I would have thought the ingredients would be a little more exotic.
Though these items may seem mundane, they have potent effects that are rarely exploited, effects for which they were once highly prized. So much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost to extinction, hence moon dews having fallen from favor. Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be able to find everything you need at the market in Northreach.
Is that so? I've been meaning to visit Northreach anyway. I'll set out now. Join me there when you're ready.
I will.
Mm-hmm.
Until then.
You two enjoy yourselves.
You too, Talia.
I just don't know how useful she would be out in the field. I don't know. Is there a purpose to that ship? Or is it just to make me think that I have some sort of impact on the world? I don't know.
Where's Jill?
Good fucking question. Is there a chest? Yeah, it is. Oh, look, it's a behemoth. Ah, never mind, it was your mom.
Keep them pilchards nice and chilled. I won't have you spoiling another catch.
There she is.
Pepio nuts?
How goes the hunt for ingredients?
I've only just started. I'm sure everything we need is somewhere amongst all these stalls, though. Why don't we split up and see? We'll take a couple of ingredients each.
All right. What am I looking for?
How about you look for the Pepio nuts and some garlic? I'll find the other things we need. We can meet by the gate when we're finished.
You sure we're not just like shopping for this twat?
You'll not find a bruised fresh cuts. Come and get them before they...
You haven't much, but you're free to look.
Garlic.
Ah, yes. Good day.
What do you want?
No, I would like to be your customer more than once.
Go on, take it.
That's everything. Let's see how Jill's getting on.
Did you find everything?
Sure.
I did. Here.
Garlic and Pepio nuts. Perfect. Now all that remains is for Harpocrates to somehow turn all this into what Mid needs to keep her engine cool. But before we head back, would you walk with me a while?
Kinda. Mind, not gonna lie. I mean, it's only 4 minutes over. There's fucking bread in there.
Thank you for asking me to help you today. It makes a nice change.
It does. It's good to get away from all the battle and bloodshed for once. Just being here reminds me of when we were children. Do you remember? Walking down Market Street in Rosalith, taking in the sights and smells.
How could I forget? What with Torgal's antics. Remember how his nose would prick up at the scent of sausages? He'd go racing away and we'd have to go running after him. We wouldn't catch you now, would we, boy?
Was there anything you wanted to buy for yourself while we're here?
There was, yes. Well, sort of. Molly in the kitchens told me about a place that sells particularly good pies. Thought you might like to share one with me.
I would. Thank you.
And I saw some bread.
You really went shopping, huh?
Big white cobs like the baker back in Rosalith used to make. What do you think? I thought we might get some soup to dip it in. But then I tried a slice of the butcher's dry-cured ham and it was just... oh.
You all right?
Sorry. It's just... you're right. I really do feel like a child again being here with you. Clive. Is it wrong of me to enjoy this?
No, Jill. This is how life should be. And it's how our lives will be when our work is finally done. When we can live on our own terms.
I hope so. Thank you, Clive.
Do I still have that thing? I used it in the Alan Wake video. Do I still have it?
Well, I suppose we better be getting back. I need to give these ingredients to Harpocrates and Talia. I'll see you at the hideaway.
Take care.
I will. You too.
Well, if I do have it, it's probably been on screen by now.
How's work on the shielding progressing, Harpocrates?
Well, very well indeed. And thanks in no small part to your kind assistance. I was just explaining to Talia how we might best go about preparing the moon dew. And now that we have all the ingredients, we may begin.
Oh, she's an alchemist, I guess.
Count on me. I've mixed more than a few mysterious concoctions in my time.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have. What about the shielding itself?
Work is underway, under the watchful eyes of Bardolph and Obolus.
Apparently, it'll be ready soon.
Thank you. All of you.
Right then. Jill, would you join me in the infirmary? Many hands make light work and all that.
Of course. Oh, and Clive,
Don't make me use it again.
it was nice just being with you.
I'm gonna have to use it again.
It appears our work here is almost at an end. A shame. I was enjoying playing the man of action for once. When both the shielding and the moon dew are ready, it will merely be a matter of applying the one to the other. Followed by a rigorous process of testing and retesting, of course. Perhaps someone ought to warn young Mid of that.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Harpocrates.
You got plenty of swords on me, you can borrow one. Join me out in the field. Was that not the action you were thinking about?
Well...
Ah, fuck, hasn't popped up yet.
I better go and give Mid the good news then.
No, you can do it. Ugh.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mid. But you'll be pleased to know that work on the shielding is underway.
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking. Hippocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant to heat. A coating that should provide the protection you need. He's supervising the construction and testing of the shielding as we speak.
Brilliant! I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Don't thank me. I'm just the errand boy.
Ain't that the fucking truth?
Let's start working out how to bolt all these bits together. To the Black Hammer!
You know, when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dahs.
Displacement stacks.
Same difference. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped enough as it is. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck. I'll take care of the rest.
On my way!
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is gonna require some precision walloping.
Precision usually means a smaller hammer. In my head, anyways.
It's finished! It's finally finished!
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive, Blackthorn, everyone. That's one down and just 3 more to go.
Oh, great.
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines, and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourselves, eh?
Mm-hmm. Oh. Alright, hopefully there's nothing more.
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just daydreaming. Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon to shores unknown. Searching for a land untouched by the Blight. Just like me and my dad planned. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the Twins turned black, we might still have a chance. That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance just in case we needed it. But now she's so close to being finished, I've realized I don't want her to be that. I don't want her to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things get desperate. I want people to sail aboard her by choice, not from the lack of it. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where we can actually live.
I'm working on that. And I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
Don't you always? All right. My mind's made up. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, I'm putting her under your command.
Oh, great.
Sod our plans. I'm trusting in yours.
Are you sure about this?
Something tells me it's what my dad would have wanted.
He'd be proud of you.
You were gonna visit his grave, weren't you?
I was. And you can come too now that your little project is finished.
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish up first. Won't be a mo.
All right. I'll let Otto know you're coming. Meet us in the mess when you're ready.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Mm-hmm. Well, oh yeah, I need to press that like 18 times before it worked. Alright, well, taking a quick break. See if I record more. I don't know.